Welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is the first time you are visiting, please kindly visit my YouTube channel, Samuel Soundwave. On Friday, April 10, 2026, Bola Tinubu visited Bayelsa to commission some projects. During his speech in Yanagura, he made a statement that quickly went viral and started a big debate across Nigeria. He said he understands that Nigerians are facing economic hardship, especially with rising fuel prices. Then he added something that caught everyone's attention. He told Nigeria to thank God that they are better than people in countries like Kenya. That short statement has sparked serious discussion. Many people are now asking whether the comparison is correct and whether it was appropriate to say. Before we look at the numbers, it is important to understand the full content of the visit. President Tinubu was in Yanagoro to commission projects complete by Bayelsa State Governor Diri. The project, including a 60-megawatt gas plant in Elebere, a bridge connecting communities, major road, and a double carriageway in the state capital. These are important infrastructures development. They can improve transportation, electricity supply, and economic activity in the region. During the visit, the president praised the governor and spoke about national security and development. All of this is normal for such official visit. However, once he made the comparison with Kenya, that became the main focus of public attention. So is it the correct? If we look only at fuel prices, the answer is partly yes. As of April 2026, petrol Kenya costs about the equivalent of 1,900 naira per litre. In Nigeria, the price is between 1,275 naira and 1,350 per litre. This means fuel is cheaper in Nigeria than in Kenya. Because of this is only one part of the story. To understand the real situation, we need to look at income levels. A worker earning minimum wage in Kenya makes about 150,000 per month. When converted to Nigeria currency, in Nigeria, the national minimum wage is about 70,000 per month. Now, think about what this means in practical terms. A Kenyan worker, even though they pay more for fuel, can still afford more liters of petroleum because they earn more money. A Nigerian workers pay lesser per liter, but because their income is lower, they can afford fewer liters overall. This calls purchasing power. It is not just about how much things cost, but also about how much people earn and what they can afford. So why fuel is cheaper in Nigeria? Many Nigerians may not actually feel better off because the income is also much lower. This is where they say the comparison become misleading. Atiku Abubakar, a former presidential candidate, reacted through his spokesperson. He described the comparison as too simple and say it does not reflect the real income situation of Nigeria. His argument is that focusing only on fuel prices ignore other important factors like wages, cost of living, and daily struggles. Recently, data supports this concern. Between February and March 2020, fuel prices in Nigeria increased sharply. Petroleum prices rose about almost 50%, while diesel prices went up by more than 60%. This increase was linked to the global oil market. However, Nigeria were already facing difficulty before this. In May 2023, the government removed fuel subsidy. This led a major rise in transportation costs, food prices, and general living expenses. Because of this, many Nigerians feel that the economic situation has become more harder, not better. Some some have also focused on the communication aspect of the president's statement. They argue that when people are struggling, comparing their situation to others who may be worse off does not solve the problem. Instead, it can make people feel that their suffering is being ignored. In, in simple terms, telling people to be grateful for hardship does not reduce the hardship. At the time, at the same time, it is important to acknowledge the positive side of the visit. The project commissioned in Bayelsa are real and meaningful better roads. Improving electricity and new infrastructure can be improved people's life over time. But the challenges is how these achievements are communicated. If a government highlights its work while also appearing to dismiss people concerned, the message can become mixed. On one hand, it says we are making progress. On the other hand, it may sound like stop complaining. These two messages do not work well together. This situation raises a bigger question about how we measure whether a country is doing well. Is it enough to say a country is better off just because one items like fuel is cheaper? Or should we also consider other factors like salary, job opportunity, healthcare, education, and security? For many Nigerians, the answer is clear. They believe that real progress should be measured by overall quality of life, not just one economic indicator. The debate sparked by the Bayelsa speech is not just about fuel prices in Kenya. It is about how leaders speak to citizens and how economic realities are understood. As Nigeria move forward, especially towards the 2027 election, these conversations will likely continue in the end. The key issue remains: do Nigerians truly feel better off in their daily lives? That is the question that numbers alone cannot fully answer. Thank you for watching my